Shalom, Israel. Peace and blessings, family. Let's give double honors to King David the Father, the royal house of David. Peace and blessings. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha 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 Yahweh Shah. Barakatha Yahweh, Bashem, Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, Bashem, Rakakadash. All praises due. All praises due. Peace and blessings again, family. Just, good to touch base with y'all. Hope y'all keeping y'all vibration on a million, because, man, the Most High been delivering on his word. And, man, we just got to be thankful and always just give him praise. I always thought about, man, how important prayer was, and that's why, I really, named this channel Without Ceasing. When I first heard that first video, from the Father, man, it changed everything. That's when that light was sparked in me, and, man, double honors again, to the Father, because it's made me into something, totally different than before. Just learning how to live in the Most High ways, begin to shape me and mold me into now. And, man, I'm still pushing, still working. The Father's always working, so should we. So let's start off giving the Father some praise. Always going to give praises to the Most High. Yahweh Bashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. This is Psalm 100. Let's start off with this Psalms 100. It's just 5 verses. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know ye that the Lord, he is power. It is he that made us, and not we ourselves. We are his people, and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving. Salah. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him, and bless his name. For the Lord is good, his mercy is everlasting, and his truth endureth to all generations. So we should be thankful, we should be glad, and we should be happy. At the same time, stand on our square and paying attention to everything that the Most High is doing, because he's doing so much right now daily. Prophecy being fulfilled on a daily. Last week, man, so much prophecy was fulfilled. And I just want to thank the Father again, man, for just keeping us on point, letting us know what's coming, letting us know, what's going on now, present time, and what to expect next. And, man, I hope y'all feel good, man. The captivity ended on April the 7th. And the Most High put his signet, over the earth to stamp the end of that captivity. But it's also the beginning, So, and let me get a scripture for that. 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So, if you don't believe that captivity is ended and that the beginning for us has started, then you don't believe. Because it's been declared. It's been signed and stamped. We just waiting for that grand entrance for our big bro, our master, our Lord Yahweh Shah. And when he come in that glorious fashion, how will he find you? Hopefully full of faith. Because everything that he said was going to come to pass, man, is happening. So, it's easy to fall back into that carnal self, man. We've been built up, into spiritual beings. Vibration so high. Our vibration has to elevate us above the carnal way, above the carnal man, the carnal woman. And so, with that being said, I'm going to go into Isaiah chapter 55, because it just highlights, everything that, that we've been through, to get to here, how much we've been blessed, what we've been able to drink and eat, that spiritual food. So I'm going to go to Isaiah chapter 55, and I'm going to start at verse 1. Isaiah 55 and 1. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and ye that have no money, come ye buy and eat. Yea, come buy wine and milk without money and without price. Wherefore do you spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight of itself in fatness. And so, man, when this truth sprung up, man, and that first video hit all the way up, until now, Um, those lessons they replay. They replay every single day. You know, they become a walking, you know, testimony, because when we eat and drink, you know, from that those waters and that food, that spiritual food, you know, it feeds you with something that can never die down. This is that true doctrine. Let's keep reading. Verse 3. Incline your ear and come unto me. Hear, and your soul shall live. And I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David. Behold, I have given him for a witness to the people, a leader and commander to the people. Behold, thou shalt call a nation that thou knowest not, and nations that knew not thee shall run unto thee because of the Lord thy power, and for the Holy One of Israel, for he hath glorified thee. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found, call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. And man, I know each and every one of y'all have a testimony within yourself, how much this truth has convicted you and made your wickedness turn into righteousness, made you turn away from those old deeds, from that old man, put on that new woman, and keep it on. Not putting it off, you know, not slacking and backsliding like we did so many generations. But this that time, you know, this is what Yahweh Shah suffered for us to have in this time. And so you took it seriously. You forsake the thoughts, the evil thoughts, the wicked thoughts, the thoughts of doubt. Doubt is cast out. Backsliding is cast out. And so you had no choice but to increase, because now, you know, you fully had faith in what's going on. And through faith is the only way to get to this point. And we got to continue in that. And so we found mercy. You know, we found the pardon because we forsake those ways, and we seen what spiritual growth looks like. We continue to see it. And just when you thought your vibration couldn't get no higher, look how you was last week into now. Vibration even higher. You know, 2 million to 3 million to 1 billion to 2 billion. Hey, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Verse 9. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper into the thing whereto I sent it. And so, man, so much stuff has been fulfilled here that was put out, you know, and just by staying faithful, just by following the shepherd, just by believing and having faith in everything that was going here, look how far we came. The Most High has been performing his word, and he's continued to do that daily, you know. Look how many prophecies was fulfilled last week, and we're going to hit on that. But man, this is a time to rejoice. This is time to praise the Most High. Keep that vibration high, because man, we have been, you know, our captivity is over. And yes, we're waiting for that, for Yahweh Shah to scoop us up. But at the same time, the kingdom should be shown forth in us. That's all the Father's been showing us all these years. That's how the kingdom should be manifested in us. How we live and show the kingdom here right now. Verse 12. For ye shall go out with joy and be led forth with peace. The mountains and the hills shall break forth before you into singing, and all the trees of the field shall clap their hands. Instead of a thorn shall come up a fir tree, instead of a briar shall come up a myrtle tree, and it shall be to the Lord for a name, for an everlasting sign that shall not be cut off. Man, all praises. So, man, that's all we got to expect, you know, instead of the thorns and the obstacles, you know, clear paths and just blessing. But see, you know, it got to be with a pure heart to start off. We're not in this for the blessings. I mean, that comes with it. But we in this surely because we live by those 2 commandments. You know, that royal law of liberty. Loving the Lord thy God with all thy heart, thy soul, thy mind, thy strength, and loving thy neighbor as thyself. And so, staying faithful and true to that, you know, man, it's nothing but blessings coming. I mean, I can't even count the amount of blessings I've had over these 4 years, you know. The kingdom being shown in you is that elevation where you elevate higher than the affliction. You elevate higher than the things that are negative, that's low vibrational, you know. And so, man, saying that, I don't even want to waste no time. Let's hit on, you know, the prophecies, some of the prophecies that's been fulfilled. It's just some of them. But I mean, it's just, it's just due to do this because the Most High always come through. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24. Man, the Father's edified us on this in and out, front and back, but we just go back to it because let's just show the mighty works of the Most High. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. And so, man, it was a great benediction, April 7th. And after the tribulation, that was the end. And hey, the sun was darkened, the moon should not give her light. And it was crazy because 2 weeks before the eclipse, I think that's when I went to, really paid attention and looked, for the moon, and I didn't see it. So it could have been longer than 2 weeks that it removed its light. Because I know for a fact, for what I was counting, it was a little over 2 weeks. I did not see it at all. It was nowhere in sight. And so we know the eclipse, the sun was darkened. Let's keep reading. And the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And so, man, we, part of this prophecy has been fulfilled already, just in the last week. Verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. It's a lot. And so, with all this, we looking forward to Yahweh Shai's return, but the end of captivity came. The sun was darkened, the moon removed the light, and the stars from heaven, I've been seeing a high activity of these chariots lately, man, more than I ever had. And that's saying a lot because, at the Red Mitzvah in 2021, man, I seen over about 18 chariots in broad daylight, right in the afternoon, and the Most High putting his, happier than ever right across the sky. And man, nothing can take that away, That was such a staple in time and history. And man, all praise. Let's keep going because it's something else that was fulfilled I want to put on, that I want to hit on real quick. And let's go to Luke chapter 21. Luke chapter 21. I'm going to start at verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. And I want to stop, on that verse right there because there's a lot in here. We seen signs in the stars, and the moon, and the sun, and upon the earth distress of nations. Isn't every nation right now in distress, scrambling for another currency, scrambling, for food, and scrambling because of the pestilence, scrambling trying to find a way to sustain and survive when nothing but destruction is coming for them. It say with perplexity. So let's look at a couple of these words. Let's go to Edom Online. Let's look at this word perplexity. Perplexity means bewilderment, doubt, uncertainty, confusion. Perplexity, confused, involved, interwoven, entangled, to twine, to plait. Something that causes perplexity, an intricate or involved state or confusion. Man, there's a lot in that definition. It says, in this verse 25, Luke 21 and 25, and upon earth distress of nations with perplexity. So it's going to be all these things within this distress. There's going to be the uncertainty, the confusion, uncertainty of what currency they're going to be able to use, how they're going to sustain, confusion. They say interwoven. Well, look at the U.S. making that pact, with the NATO and giving over their sovereignty, those 194 countries, and interwoven with confusion, trying to deceive everybody on false pretense, on wicked, wicked morale, wicked principalities. And so the distress with perplexity is here. And look and say the sea and the waves roaring. There's something else that was going on last week as well, that I hope y'all been paying attention to. And I want to read y'all a definition. So over there on the south coast, off the south coast of Africa, that we see that was moving, is something called anomaly. An anomaly. I hope I pronounced that right. An anomaly. So I'm gonna read you the definition of what an anomaly is. An anomaly is a inconsistency or deviation from the norm. So images are created to show where change is taking place in the ocean in either a positive or negative trend when comparing to previous data. This is sometimes referred to as sea surface height deviation data, or SSHD. So it's really something that's inconsistent, something out of the norm that happens in the ocean. Well, the first time that they said it happened was February 24th, and they reported over 85-foot waves. So just hearing that, that's an anomaly, right? But last week they had 3 anomalies in the ocean over there, and this was different. It was over 40-foot waves, but the wideness, the area that this covered, they said was bigger than the state of Texas. So these huge waves, 40, some of them, 85 feet, 3 of them, combining for that vast, area. Well, let's read this verse again, Luke 21 and 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth great distress, or distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. So man, all praise the Most High, man, is delivering on his word. He never comes up short. It's going to perform that thing. Verse 26. Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. So we know the powers of the earth, they're going to be shaken violently here. And we seen, the attack that Iran had done on over there, on those fake Jews over there, and how, it's increasing, right on time. Men's heart is failing them. Well, we've seen people shake off because of their unbelief, because of their doubt, and we know doubt is the daughter of the devil. And so men's heart are failing them now. And it's just going to do nothing but increase, increase and increase, because that full-fledged judgment is right here at the door. So verse 27, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption is drawing nigh. And so I hope each and every one of y'all got your heads up looking up. I know I do, because the Most High word is performing, and with 2 or more gathered together, Yahweh Shai right there in the midst. So just remember, Yahweh Shai is watching everything. He's watching how the kingdom is being shown within you. So don't think he's delaying his coming, because he's going to come at a time where you think not. Just like the scripture said. And so let's keep reading in Luke chapter 21, and I'm going to pick up in verse 29. Luke 21 and 29. Luke 21 and 29. And he spake to them a parable. Behold the fig tree and all the trees, when they now shoot forth, ye see and know of your own self that summer is nigh at hand. So likewise, when ye see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of power is nigh at hand. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till all be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unaware. I want to read verse 34 again. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting. Well, what's surfeiting? Well, surfeiting is really just the excess quantity of anything. Excess quantity of drinking or food, especially of food and drink, but just being overindulgent in anything on this earth. That's a form of surfeiting. Let's go back to the verse. And take heed to yourself, lest any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, so that day come upon you unaware. So don't let that snare hit you just because things didn't go exactly how you wanted them to do, how you wanted it to be, and start caring about things that we know are carnal. Your vibration has to be lifted above that. That could be your work, Shit, yeah. We got to work. We got to go to work and finish and do what we got to do. But our vibration has elevated us. Our faith, has elevated us above the care of that job. Yeah, we do what we got to do to maintain, but we don't give a fuck about that job. We care about the things above, the kingdom, the righteousness. That's what really matters. Your vibration should be high to the point now where that job has no effect on your well-being. Yeah, we in these carnal bodies, but your spirit should be vibrating at such a high level. We know that we are free. We know captivity is over. We know the kingdom has begun. We know we here. Verse 35. For as a snare shall it come upon all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and stand before the Son of Man. You got to be found worthy. Can't be found worthy if your faith is wavering. Can't be found worthy if you doubt. You can't be found worthy if you backslide back into those things that you were delivered from. Man, keep pushing forward. Keep trusting. Because once that doubt sit in, hey, that's when the Most High, he showed all the unbelievers, all the scoffers, all the shit talkers, he showed them his full strength. And let me get a precept for that. Let's go into the Apocrypha. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12. Pick up at verse 17. Just verse 17. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 17. When men will not believe that thou art full of power, thou showest thy strength. And among them that know it, thou makest their boldness manifest. So those that believe, hey, it just make our boldness manifest. But those that don't believe and question and scoff and doubt, well, that's when the full power of the Most High going to be shown, and we right upon that all praises. This is why it's important to stay focused. This is why it's important to really examine yourself and ask yourself, how is the kingdom being shown forth for you? Everything that you've been taught here from day one, are you applying that to your life? Have you used the life of the Father as an example for your own life and modeled it after that? Because he's shown us step by step. Covered everything. Double honors again for him. This is why it's important to stay on your square, pray without ceasing. Don't never stop praying. Don't never. Hey, you can never pray. You can never praise the Most High enough. You can never talk to him enough. And find balance. Definitely find time to get rest. Don't rest too much, but definitely find that balance in life that we've been taught here. Let's get another precept. Because just because things ain't happening how you individually want it to, Most High is right on time. This 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8, and I know all y'all know this, but beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day. And so, Most High do things his way and with his timing. His thoughts are not ours, his ways are not ours. So, hey, for us that truly believe and that are locked in and know that the beginning has already started for us. The beginning is already here. The kingdom is here. There's no doubt, no wavering from it. This is where the faith is going to wax strong. And it should wax strong, man. The water, again, Yahweh Shah, for everything you did for us to get this truth and to be here. And the water, Father, again, for all the labor, day in, day out, even now, every day. I'm just taking time to give praise because I'm very thankful, and I have gladness in my heart to be able to serve in righteousness, man, because there's been so many things I've been delivered from. So many things that I didn't like within myself, but I was able to fix it because of the word, because of this truth that I learned here. It was the only way, all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem, Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. So let's go to Luke chapter 17. Let's go to Luke chapter 17. I'm going to do a little reading here. Hopefully I can finish this up. Luke chapter 17. I'm going to start at verse 11. And we know this story about the 10 lepers. So let's start verse 11. And it came to pass, as he went to Jerusalem, and he passed through the midst of Samaria and Galilee, as he entered into a certain village, there met him 10 men that were lepers, which stood afar off. And they lifted up their voices and said, Yahweh Shah, Master, have mercy on us. And when he saw them, he said unto them, Go show yourselves unto the priests. And it came to pass, as they went, they were cleansed. And one of them, when he saw that he was healed, turned back with a loud voice, glorified the power, and fell down on his face at his feet, giving him thanks, as he was a Samaritan. And Yahushua answering said, were there not 10 cleansed? But where are the 9? They are not found that return to give glory to power, save this stranger. And he said unto him, arise, go thy way, thy faith hath made thee whole. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of power should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of power cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, lo here or lo there. For behold, the kingdom of power is within you. And I brought that out because, man, over all these years, and especially last week, don't for a second forget how many sins you've been cleansed from, how many wicked ways you've been delivered from, how many obstacles you overcame and still do to this day. Don't forget to give glory to the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, like those 9 men did. Give him glory every day. Don't forget to give double honors to King David the Father, who's labored endlessly, even to now. Everything he's taught you, everything he's done, you're different because of it. You're better because of it. Don't never forget to give glory. I'm going to read that again. Verse 17, and Yahushua answered said, were there not 10 cleansed? But where are the 9? They are not found that return to give glory to the power, say this stranger. Have you not been delivered? You know? And yeah, you know, we haven't been changed yet. Yahushua ain't scoop us up yet. But you got to know. It say the kingdom come without observation. Verse 21, neither shall they say, lo here or lo there. For behold, the kingdom of power is within you. You got to know that the kingdom is here. So how do you show forth the kingdom? You know, is it in your walk, your speech, your confidence in the Most High? The possessions that he gave you, do you treat it like it's in the kingdom? Is it clean? Is it treated with respect? You know, because it's a gift from the Most High. Knowing that everything that you have was given to you from the Most High, and you in the truth, and you serve him in righteousness, man, you're supposed to treat it precious, because the kingdom is here. The kingdom is within you. And I want to end this off in the Lost Books. Let's end it off here. Hopefully I can finish this in a good time. This is the in the Lost Books. Just download the Lost Book app. I mean, I know y'all got it. The second epistle of Clement to the Corinthians. The second epistle of Clement to the Corinthians, chapter 4. Chapter 4. And I'm going to just start this up so I can finish it. And let not anyone among you say that the very flesh is not judged, neither raised up. Consider in what you were saved, and what did you look up, if not while you were in this flesh. We must therefore keep our flesh as the temple of the power. For in like manner as you were called in the flesh, you shall also come to judgment in the flesh. Our one Lord, Yahushua Mashiach, who has saved us, being first a spirit, was made flesh, and so called us. Even so we also shall in the flesh receive the reward. Let us therefore love one another, that we may attain into the kingdom of God. While we have time to be healed, let us deliver up ourselves to power our physician, giving our reward to him. And what reward shall we give? Repentance out of a pure heart, for he know all things beforehand and searches out your very heart. And so we repented when Yahushua was here to get salvation in this time, to wake up with this truth. And so the only thing in this time that we turned away from was the things that we done, you know, that was wrong. And this truth convicted us of. And so with a pure heart we serve him, knowing that we repented in the ancient days to come into this time. For he knows all things beforehand and searches out your very heart. He knows in our heart. Verse 5. Let us therefore give praise unto him, not only with our mouths, but with all our souls, that he may receive us as children. For so the Lord hath said, they are my brethren, who do the will of my Father. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, thy soul, thy mind. Love thy neighbor as thyself. All praises. Wherefore, my brethren, let us do the will of the Father who hath called us, that we may live. It's our life to do this, King. Family. Let us pursue virtue and forsake wickedness, which leadeth us into sins. And let us flee all ungodliness, that evils do not overtake us. Don't think that the devil done. Don't think that Satan ain't still out there pushing and trying hard. It's a everyday work. It's an everyday job to stay on your square, to stay on righteousness, and keep wickedness under your feet. Wherefore, my brethren, let us do the will of the Father who hath called us that we may live. Let us pursue virtue and forsake wickedness, which leadeth us into sins. And let us flee all ungodliness, that evils overtake us not. For if we shall do our diligence to live well, peace shall follow us. And yet how hard is it to find a man to do this? For almost all are led by human fears, choosing rather the present enjoyments than the future promise. Don't forget that it's because you turned away from the present enjoyments, that you got to this level spiritually. We continue choosing the future promise. We continue to choose righteousness than any present enjoyment. Verse 8, for they know not how great a torment the present enjoyments bring with them, nor what delights the future promise. See, we don't even have an idea. We got imagination, but we have no idea what the Most High got for us. So continue to stay on your square and continue to keep this worldly shit behind you and away from you. Verse 9, if they themselves only did this, it might be more easily be endured. But now they go on to infect innocent souls with their evil doctrines, not knowing that both themselves and those that hear them shall receive a double condemnation. And so we see this in the church house, all the won't do it, all the Pharisees, the Sadducees, all the camps. They seduce people with these. They infect these souls with these evil doctrines that ain't the truth. The royal house of David, under the shepherd King David the Father, is the only place that you're going to get the true doctrine. Continue therein. And this is how you find that peace. This is how this is how the kingdom shows through you. It's only with the truth. Let us therefore serve power with a pure heart, and we shall be righteous. But if we shall not serve him because we do not believe the promise of God, we shall be miserable. And we see the miserable people all day. Miserable. All on the Father's comment boards, here for years. Don't believe, but still here. Learning and everything. That's miserable. To be right in the middle, lukewarm like that, that's a miserable state to be in. For thus said the prophet, miserable are the double-minded who doubt in their heart and say, these things we have heard, even in the time of our fathers, but we have seen none of them, though we have expected them day to day. And yes, we have not seen these promises, but think about it in the ancient days, knowing that the promises was going to come, but still expecting them every day. Man, that's faith. And that's the same faith that you got to have and expect this every single day. And I'm going to finish these last verses off. I went a little over, but verse 12. O you fools, compare yourselves to a tree. Take the vine for an example. For it sheds its leaves, then it buds. Then come the sour grapes, then the ripe fruit. Even so my people have borne its disorders and afflictions, but shall hereafter receive good things. And so, man, we've been born in affliction and under these curses, but the good things, man, started when this truth sprung forth in our heart. Verse 13, wherefore, my brethren, let us not doubt in our minds, but let us expect with hope that we may receive our reward. For he is faithful who has promised. He will render to everyone a reward according to his works. You got to have those works of firm and solid faith. Those works of no doubt. Those works of consistent, perseverance, consistent trust in the Most High, persistent love for the family. Verse 14. If therefore we shall do what is just in the sight of power, we shall enter into his kingdom. I'm going to read that again. If therefore we shall do what is just in the sight of power, we shall enter into his kingdom and shall receive the promises, which neither eye has seen, nor ear heard, nor have entered into the heart of man. Verse 15 and final. Wherefore, let us every hour expect the kingdom of power in love and righteousness, because we know not the day of power's appearing. So, family, we should be lifting up that name every hour on an hour, knowing that any time, at any moment, Yahweh Shah could crack that sky. Verse 15, one more time. Wherefore, let us every hour expect the kingdom of power in love and righteousness, before we know not the day of power's appearing. So the kingdom is here, and we should be expecting the return of Yahweh Shah every hour on an hour. Stay on your square. And I just hope this was edifying And, Salaki for going over, but man, it's such a blessing to be in this time. It's such a blessing to actually be able to live. Let the kingdom continue to show forth in you and serve the Most High with a pure heart. Let's give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. All praise is due.